I was going to start the... for those who don't know... Well, let me read the story, because it's in the paper. It's in the paper, page 3 of the Star. I'm near some young... 19 years old. That's inappropriate. But I tell you what just caught me about this young 19-year-old page 3 model. Two things. One is her...
Two things.
Well, no.
Two obvious points.
One is her towel turban.
Yes.
And one is her pants, which you only really catch a glimpse of.
Wow.
Those are very skimpy pants.
Now, we can only guess.
Yeah.
But I would suggest she's got a very hungry bum.
Yep, there we go. Yep, okay.
And that might not be the only thing that's hungry.
Let me read this story and then I'm going to play you a song. Right, okay. TV snub is a load of bully. Jim tribute row. Right. I'm a celeb whinger. Iain Lee refused to read out a tribute to Jim Bowen from Jim Davidson. The Good Morning Britain stand-in presenter made a point of ignoring the comic's praise to the Bullseye legend. Iain sparked an explosive row after saying, Jim Davidson tweeted, but I'm not interested in him. Co-host Susanna Reid asked, why not? He's one of those comedy legends. What it doesn't say here was, she said that in a slightly sarcastic voice. Iain replied, let's not. Let's have this debate elsewhere. Outspoken comic Davidson, 64... Some would say racist, some would say homophobic, some would say... Wasn't he the guy that that refused to go on stage because the front row of the audience was all people in wheelchairs? Had tweeted, R.I.P. Bowen, great guy. Great tweet, Jim. But Ian's refusal to read out the heartfelt message... I'm being slightly sarcastic because I want to make peace with Jim, and we're going to make peace tonight. Ian's refusal to read out the heartfelt message led to a furious row on social media. Davidson tweeted, so a bloke called Iain Lee has refused to read out my tribute to Jim Bowen on GMB. What's his problem? And who is this tit? Bearing in mind this is on page 3 opposite two beautiful young tits, too young for me. They've put an asterisk in the eye of tit.
Oh, so they won't say it, but they'll show you.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Ian, who came third on last year's I'm a Celebrity, then tweeted, my problem is someone close to me worked with him in the 90s and he made their life miserable. True story. Partly because he kept doing impressions of deaf people. I was reminded of that because I met some deaf people today and I thought, oh, Jim Bowen would have fun with these guys.
I found his... you mean Jim Davidson?
Jim Davidson, yes.
I found his response interesting to that. Instead of saying, can't have happened, or he just said, who? Like there were too many to mention.
Like he was panicking a bit. A further tweet said, to clarify... That tweet was not about Bowen. He was delightful and charming when I met him, and he was. Funny man, Bowen. And it goes on and on and on, right? So what I want to say to Jim Davidson, if he's listening tonight, we're having some fun here and all of that, I'm really, really sorry for my inappropriate and immature behaviour on Good Morning Britain. I'm sorry for the loss of your friend. I'm sorry for lashing out on Twitter, as I often do. And I'm sorry for calling you racist. So to show there's no hard feelings, I'd like to play this song by Jim Davidson, just to show I think he's a great guy. Here we go. It's Jim Davidson singing White Christmas. I was right not to read his tweet out. He's an offensive, ignorant dinosaur.